White Lily of Stalingrad, August 1st, 1943, over Orel, Soviet Union.
Lilia, are you still with me?
Lydia smirked at the voice crackling through her radio. Mikhail Misha Solomatin, her wingman, always asked, even though he knew the answer.
Of course, Misha. Someone has to make sure you don't embarrass yourself up here.
A chuckle came through the radio.
The only embarrassment is you flying that patched-up yak like it's thoroughbred. If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to impress me.
Lydia rolled her eyes.
The only thing I'm trying to impress is the ground with falling Messerschmitts.
Misha whistled.
I'll drink to that. If we live through today, the vodka is on me.
She grinned despite herself.
You still owe me from last time.
Last time? That wasn't fair. You stole my kill.
I saved your ass, Misha. You should be thanking me.
A pause. Then?
All right, fine. But this time, I get first shot.
Lydia glanced at her fuel gauge and adjusted her grip on the stick.
We'll see. Just don't fall behind.
Then, a new voice crackled through their radios.
Bogies inbound. Looks like Hanko bombers high and slow.
Lydia's jaw tightened as she scanned the sky. And there they were, dozens of dark shapes gliding like vultures, their bellies full of death. Misha sighed.
Looks like the party's starting early.
Lydia took a deep breath, steadying herself.
Then let's give them proper welcome.
She pushed the throttle forward, and the Yak 1 surged ahead. Behind her, Misha followed, laughing.
For the motherland, Lilia!
For motherland!
The Yak 1 fighter shuddered as Lydia Litvyak, the Soviet Union's most famous female ace, moved towards the enemy. Her gloved hands remained steady, though her heart pounded against her chest. The air at 5,000 meters was thin and cold, but the sky was alive with fire, tracers streaking, engines roaring, men killing and dying in seconds. Below her, the city of Orel burned, smoke curling into the heavens like a funeral pyre. It was the height of Operation Kutuzov, the Soviet counteroffensive following the Battle of Kursk. The Luftwaffe was fighting tooth and nail to hold the skies, but they would not stop her today.
Lilia, you have two on your left!
Crackled Mikhail's voice over the radio, her wingman, her friend. She spotted them, two Messerschmitt Bf-109s banking toward her, their noses painted like hungry wolves. A cruel grin tugged at the corner of her lips. Lydia did not fear wolves. She pulled back on the stick and rolled into a tight climb, feeling the G-forces crush her ribs, her breath coming sharp and fast. One Messerschmitt overshot, missing his chance to fire. Mistake. She rolled back and squeezed the trigger. The Yak 1's 12.7mm Berezin machine gun and 20mm Shavak cannon roared to life. The tracers found home, ripping into the German's fuselage. His wing caught fire. His plane spiraled. One down. The second 109 came around, trying to get behind her. She knew this game. Lydia yanked the stick and dropped into a snap roll, her plane tumbling before she leveled out and kicked the rudder hard, swinging her nose toward him. The German pilot hesitated, a fraction of a second. That's all she needed. She fired. Cannon rounds punched into his cockpit. His plane wobbled, then plunged. 2. She gasped for breath, the scent of fuel and burning oil thick in her nostrils. Sweat stung her eyes. 16 confirmed victories now. She was the first female ace in history. But then, tracer rounds flashed past her canopy. A Messerschmitt diving from above, too fast, too close. A sharp impact. Her plane lurched violently. The world spun.
Lilia, you're hit!
Mikhail's voice was panicked. Smoke filled her cockpit. Oil sprayed across her instruments. The acrid stench burned her throat. The Yak-1 was dying. She clenched her teeth and pulled, trying to nurse the plane back toward Soviet lines. The controls were sluggish, trembling in her grip. She could feel the machine's death throes. Her fuel gauge was plummeting. She wouldn't make it. "Go on," she rasped into the radio. "Get home."
Lilia, no!
But the radio crackled and died. Her last transmission. The wind howled through the shattered cockpit as her Yak-1 tumbled toward the burning city below. As the ground rushed toward her, time seemed to slow. Thoughts of war faded, replaced by memories of Moscow. The crisp winter air as she skated along the frozen river. Her father's laughter echoing in her ears before he was taken away. The scent of her mother's borscht filling their small apartment. The warmth of her embrace. The night spent dreaming of flying, long before the war made her wings a necessity rather than a dream. "Papa! Mama! I hope you are proud." Her grip loosened on the stick. No fear now, just the open sky. The sky blurred as her plane fell. Last mission. Earlier that day, Lydia had flown 3 sorties, escorting Soviet Ilyushin IL-2 ground attack aircraft. She was exhausted, but refused to sit out. The war had taken so much: her home, her friends, her innocence. It would not take her fight. By the 4th sortie, she was deep over enemy lines, attacking a formation of German bombers. She didn't see the Messerschmitts coming. Ivan Borisenko, another Soviet pilot, said, "Lilia just didn't see the Messerschmitt 109s flying cover for the German bombers. A pair of them dove on her, and when she did see them, she turned to meet them. Then they all disappeared behind a cloud." Borisenko caught one last glimpse of her through a break in the clouds, her Yak-1 trailing smoke, pursued by as many as 8 German fighters. He dove, trying to find her. No parachute, no explosion, just empty sky. Litvyak never returned. Soviet authorities hesitated to declare her dead, fearing she might have been captured. They refused to award her the Hero of the Soviet Union. It would be decades before her true fate was acknowledged. 2 German pilots were credited with downing a Yak-1 that day. Iron Cross holder Hans-Jörg Merkel, who claimed his 30th victory before being rammed by his own victim. And Knight's Cross holder Hans Schlief, who mistook a Yak-1 for a Lag-3. It was near Dmitrievka where she was last seen, where she was reportedly buried. Legacy. Decades later, after the fall of the Soviet Union, records were unsealed. Testimonies confirmed her bravery, her victories, her sacrifice. In 1993, she was finally awarded the title she had earned in blood, Hero of the Soviet Union. She was 21 years old, and she never stopped fighting.